Good evening and salutations, my B&B fans. Okay, so for this scene, I'm going to be referring to Deacon Sharp as Mike Barnes because this is the only way that this is going to make sense to me. Okay, we just sit there and appreciate just how out of pocket Deacon is for a hot minute. Okay, can we all just sit there and just take a minute and just appreciate it? Okay, because while he is running off at the mouth, you betrayed my daughter, this, that, and the third. You kissed another woman. I'm pretty sure Hope kissed Finn. She kissed a married man, but I guess that just went out the window, right? Even when Hope was in her little bitching session, one of the things she said was, he kissed Daphne. You kissed Finn. I know that, here's the thing. I know that Hope likes to sit there and have this thing called selective memory. But the stuff, that the way that she's coming at Carter for that is the same way that she was defending herself when Steffi was ready to fire her ass. When Ridge came at her, when Steffi came at her, when Finn came at her. It's like, oh, I was just caught up in a moment and I was going through some. This is my issue with Hope, right? It's rarely Hope's fault. It's always somebody else, right? All she did today was do a recycle bitching session of what she's been doing for the past couple of days. But let's get back to Mike Barnes, because I am not calling this man Deacon at this point. There's no point. So, like I said, he just goes in, it's all your fault, you betrayed my daughter, da 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 da. And Carter sits there and tries to be like, there's a point where he's like, you've been like every other man and da 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 da. Or like, you know what, if you want to sit there and start with that trend, I'll restart with you. Since you were pretty much the first disappointing man in Hope's life. Mike Barnes didn't take kindly to that. Mike Barnes, what's the rule of Cobra Kai? Strike first, strike hard, strike fast. I think that's how it goes. Anyway, one thing led to the next. And, he went up, hitting Carter. And Carter saw that blood, and Carter just went ape shit. I will say this much, though. This was something I will give B&B credit for. Hell, I'm actually giving more credit than, yeah, I'll definitely give more credit than that disappointing fight with, Nathaniel, my guy, just has nothing to do with you. But that disappointing ass fight scene with Dex and, Mason. For a soap opera, I was genuinely impressed. It all this stuff happened so fast that I was like, it actually kind of woke me up for a hot minute. I was like, wait, hold on. I actually had to rewind that shit. I was like, wow, color me impressed. Almost a shame I'm not actually swimming tonight. But we definitely gonna talk about this shit tomorrow though. So like we definitely wanna talk about this is tomorrow. Almost makes me want to stream tonight. Almost. But I still gotta watch Beyond the Gates and I need I need at least one night to sit there and recuperate. But we talking about this shit tomorrow though. So that happens. Daphne comes in, and Daphne, she realizes once she realizes who Daphne is, I was like, so you gonna hit her too? And Daphne was like, listen, you came here to defend your daughter's honor. Problem is, your daughter don't have no honor. Zende got called like a boy version of Brooke because Zende made a point. Zende was like, it's amazing. Everyone effed up, and yet Hope is getting the most punishment. Hope is actually the one that's being punished. But again, this is what Daphne said. Daphne was like, the difference is Carter actually knew what he did was wrong. Steffi is really acting like Liam's wife at this point. I'm like, so are you gonna like contact Fen? Fen is at the hospital with his mom and everything like that, being like, where's Steffi at? And she started doing all this extra emotional stuff, which I get it. That's the father of your child. They known each other for a while, but like she ain't giving baby daddy vibes. She's giving I'm concerned for my husband vibes. And again, my thing was, so you're just gonna act like you forgot? you forgot? You forgot that you had a husband for a hot minute? Did you forget that too? Deacon's like, oh, you're the nose from Paris. I'm like, can you stop saying that? It just so stupid. Okay, I don't think I have anything else to sit there and say. Like I said, Brooke did sit there and say she tried to fight for her, but of course, that's not enough. Oh, and when she came in, she was like, I was at Dad's place because Dad still supports me. No, Dad is placating towards your bullshit. Okay? He isn't just saying everything that you want to hear. That's what it comes down to. Plain and simple. That's what it is. You're not going to sit there and act like anything else. And then, her usual wham, woe is me. Everyone didn't fight for me. Everyone betrayed me. I lost my career. And I get that part, but your career was already on a downhill spiral. She has like this selective memory. It's almost like she's reviving history in her own mind. Like she was on top of the world. Boo, you were on top of the world when you had Thomas. Then what did you decide to do? Mix business with pleasure. And then when things got too heavy, you decided to back away. You knew this man was damn near obsessed with you. So you lost your designer. You pretty much lost your meal ticket. And you lost. I don't. She did this to herself. And I guess it amazes me when I sit there and see some of the Hope fans be like, "Oh, Hope was right." Listen, the only thing I will sit there and say was, "Yeah, she doesn't realize what she did was wrong." But Carter got his job back, and yet he was, you know, he's the one that took over the company. They trying to make it seem like she's the mastermind, like she did some sort of voodoo spell on Carter. But at the end of the day, he made a choice. It was a bad choice, and he realized that, but he made a choice, and that was his choice to make. And yet you're punishing her for essentially a choice that ultimately he made. I mean, hell, is there a reason why this man's not even disbarred at this point? Like, if we're going to be honest for a hot minute, but hey, just saying. Now, not doing a stream tonight, but I will be back tomorrow, usual time. You know how we do. We're going to sit there and talk about all 5 of the shows, usual time. With that being said, I'm going to go. I'll see you in the next video.